be real for a second. Have you ever sat there and asked yourself, what is wrong with me? I know I have. And honestly, it's one of the heaviest, scariest questions we can ask ourselves. Because when you say it, usually means you feel broken, different, or like you don't fit in. My name is Broly, and today I want to have a real conversation about this, about why we feel this way, where that thought even comes from, and most importantly, how do we stop letting it define us? We don't typically just wake up one day asking, what's wrong? The question usually grows out of pain. Maybe you feel rejected. Maybe someone you love made you feel like you are not enough. Maybe you compare yourself to everyone around you, and it feels like you're always behind. And oftentimes it can even be trauma or past mistakes that you have made and you now have to live with. And sometimes it's just the pressure of living in a world where we're constantly told we're not enough. You don't look good enough. You're not successful enough. You're not perfect. And so when life keeps throwing those messages at us, it's so easy to believe them. And eventually it turns into that question of, what is wrong with you? But here's the truth. The question itself, what's wrong with me, assumes that there is something broken inside of me. But more often than not, there really isn't. It's not that you're necessarily broken. Every single one of us has flaws. Every single one of us has struggles. Every single one of us has insecurities. All of us fail. And that's part of being alive. That's part of being a human being on this planet. But our society kind of plays this trick on us into believing that everyone else has it all figured out and we're the only ones who aren't in the loop. But the truth, nobody's perfect. Everyone feels lost sometimes. Everyone questions themselves. And the difference is, most people don't talk about it. And the sort of problem with asking yourself, what's wrong with me all the time? Why am I this way? What did I do wrong? Is it puts you in this cycle. And the more you say it, the more you start to believe it. Then every little mistake that you make, every time someone rejects you, every bad day, just feels like proof that you are something you're not. And when you carry that mindset long enough, it slowly deteriorates your self-worth. You stop trying. You settle for less. You let people treat you poorly just because deep down you think you deserve it. And that's why it's so dangerous. Not because the question itself is bad, but because the stories that you start telling yourself around it. So, what do we do with it? How do we stop that cycle? How do we break those chains? Try flipping the question. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? Ask yourself, happened to me? Or what do I need right now? Because most of the time, nothing is wrong. You're just carrying pain or comparison or these unrealistic expectations. And what you really need isn't judgment on yourself. It's compassion. You don't need to be fixed. And that's really important. You need to be understood by yourself first in order for other people to understand you. But here's the bigger picture. I think the reason so many of us ask what's wrong with me is because we forget one important thing. Living is messy. Being a human is messy. We're all trying to figure it out. It's all our first time living, and none of us are doing it right. And instead of assuming that you are broken, that you are hurt, that you are broken, you start assuming you're in progress. What if instead of beating yourself down, you start building yourself up? There's nothing wrong with you for struggling. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling lost or feeling this way at all. The only wrong thing is believing that those struggles define your worth. So, if you've been asking yourself, what's wrong with me? I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You are not less than. You are you, and that is enough. You don't need to be perfect to deserve love. You don't need to have it all figured out to deserve respect from other people. And you definitely don't need to be flawless to deserve happiness. Stop asking what's wrong with me. Start asking what's right with you. Because I promise you, there's so much more good in you than you can see right now. And it may take time, but one day you'll look back and you'll realize there never was anything wrong with you in the first place. And all it is the environment that we're in. The people that we constantly surround ourselves with who don't value you, or the situations that drain you. The standards no one could ever live up to. Of course, you're going to feel like something's wrong. But change the environment. Suddenly you start to realize maybe you were never the problem. Maybe there is nothing wrong with you. Maybe you are worth living. You are worth you are worth being alive. And all those bad things that you tell yourself will slowly go away. I think that's all I have for you guys today. If you liked the video, please let me know down in the comments. Consider hitting that subscribe button. We got 25 subscribers, y'all. Slowly building a community here. And I'm very grateful for every single one of you. Remember, nothing is wrong with you. You are perfect just the way you are. And stay rolling.